Hello everyone, dear students. In today's video, we will get to know about chapter number 5, The 100 Dresses Part 1 from a reader book, First Flight. This chapter is written by Al Easter. So first of all, we will be familiar with the authoress first. Al Easter was an American children's author and a children's librarian. Her book Ginger Pare won the Newfree Medal. She based the story The 100 Dresses on her real life experience as the girl who received Peggy's hand me down dresses or clothes. Introduction of the story. The 100 Dresses is about a girl named Venda Petronsky. She lived up on a hill called Boggins Heights. The story is about people teasing Venda by asking her how many dresses she had, and she would say, I have 100 dresses, when she only had one faded blue dress. Every time Venda used to say that she had 100 dresses, but she was wearing only one faded blue dress. When her dad pulls her out of class and decides that they are moving to the big city where no one would tease her. Main characters. Venda Petronsky. She's a very quiet and shy girl who sits at the back of room 13 until she stops coming to school. And she's living in Boggins Heights, which belongs to poor people. She never laughs, she always remains quiet. She always wears a faded blue dress. And Peggy teases Venda for saying she has 100 dresses. So this is a picture of Venda Petronsky while she is uh, making drawings of different dresses. Peggy. Peggy is the most popular girl in school, and she uses to make fun of Venda Petronsky. Maddie. Maddie is the closest friend of Peggy. Although Maddie belongs to a very poor family, yet she uses to spend most of her time with Peggy. Miss Mason. Miss Mason is the teacher in room number 13. She also does not notice the absence of Venda, but whenever Venda's father sent a letter to her, at that time she started repenting. Bill Byron, a boy who used to sit behind Venda Petronsky. Willie Bounce, another boy of the class, room number 13, and his surname is compared to Venda Petronsky. Both are considered humorous but for different reasons. Old Man Svensson. He is an old man who lives near Venda and her family in Boggins Heights. Cecily is a student in room number 13. She dresses in fine clothes and and practices ballet. Ballet is a kind of dance. On the day the 100 dresses game begins, schoolgirls gather around Cecily to admire her new red dress. Jake Petronsky. Jake Petronsky is Venda's brother. To make money, he comes to school early to work as the janitor's assistant. Janitor means a person who takes care of any building, or we can say caretaker. Now, main events of the story: Venda Petronsky in the class. Venda Petronsky sat in the seat next to the last seat in the last row in room number 30. Only rough boys who did not get good marks sat there. It was this corner where there was most scuffling of feet and most roars of laughter. It was also the corner where one could find most mud and dirt on the floor. Very quiet and lonely. Venda Petronsky was a very shy and a very quiet girl. She was not living in anybody's company. She was living alone, and she was spending her time in school alone. And as she reached school, her feet were usually covered with dry mud. Nobody really thought much about Venda when she was in the class. Today, she was not in her seat, but no one noticed her absence. Venda Petronsky, an object of fun. Her schoolmates thought of Venda only when she was outside. Only outside the school. They waited for Venda to have fun with her. After 2 days, Peggy and Maddie noticed that Venda was not there in the class. Peggy was the most popular girl in school. She had pretty clothes and her hair was curly. Funny name? Venda Petronsky was rather a strange name for the children in room number 13. They didn't have names like that. They had names easy to say like Thomas, Smith, or Alan. Venda did not have friends. She came to school alone and went home alone. She always wore a faded blue dress. It was clean but not ironed properly. It means Venda had a very strange surname, Petronsky, and most of the children in room number 13 used to make fun of her name because they did not have these kind of names. They had very easy names, for example Thomas, Smith, or Alan. And moreover, Venda did not have any friends there. She used to spend her time alone, and she was wearing only one dress, and that was blue faded dress. It was clean, it was washed properly, but not ironed properly. Peggy making fun of Venda. As I have already told you that Peggy was the most popular girl of the school. She always tried to she always tried to make fun of Venda in a most courteous manner. And she would ask, "How many dresses did you say you had hanging up in your closet?" At this, Venda would answer, 100. Then Peggy would ask in a teasing but polite manner, "All silk, I bet." Venda would reply that they were all silk and of all colors. Then, before Venda had gone very far, all the girls would burst into laughter. The only dress Venda wore was a blue one. What a story! They would say, meaning that she was telling a lie. They would again ask Venda teasingly, "How many shoes?" Venda would reply, 60 pairs. It means, as Maggie was the most popular girl of the school, so everybody liked Maggie. But Mag but Peggy was in the habit of making fun of others, and she often used to ask how many dresses you have, and then Venda used to reply that 100 dresses all lined up in my closet. She used to reply like this. And further, then before Venda had gone very far, all the girls started laughing. It means when they were outside in the playground in recess period, at that time Peggy and all her friends, they used to ask to Venda different questions that Venda had to reply. But as she started moving from that place after answering, then all the girls started laughing, and this way they made fun of Venda Petronsky. And whenever she was asked that how many shoes she had, then Venda used to reply 60 pairs. Maddie was different. Maddie was the closest friend of Peggy, and Maddie used to spend her time with Peggy or in her company. She used to wear Peggy's hand me down clothes because she did not belong to a very rich family. She felt embarrassed when Peggy questioned Venda in a mocking, polite voice. She wished Peggy would stop teasing Venda Petronsky. She pictured herself in the schoolyard, a new target for Peggy and the girls. Peggy might ask her where she got the dress that she had on. Maddie would have to say it was one of Peggy's old dresses that she was wearing. It means Maggie belonged to a very poor family. Her mother usually applied different kinds of trimmings on the hand me down clothes of Peggy so that she could hide the identification of Peggy's dresses. Drawing and coloring contest. Maddie began to wonder who was going to win the drawing and coloring contest. For girls, this contest consisted of designing dresses. Peggy was a favorite as she drew better than anyone else in the room. Everybody thought that Peggy would win the prize. The next day, when they entered the classroom, they found there were drawings all over the room. There must have been 100 of them. They were all lined up. Then Miss Mason announced the winners. She told the whole class that one girl drew 100 dresses, all different and in beautiful colors. She declared that Venda Petronsky was the winner of the girls' medal. Venda had been absent from school for some days and was not there to receive the prize. Miss Mason asked the children to file around the room quietly and look at Venda's beautiful drawings. Peggy and Maddie noted that particularly two blue and green dresses which Venda used to talk about were displayed there. Actually, Venda had painted 100 beautiful dresses, and there was a drawing and coloring contest in the school. Venda participated in that contest, but she had to leave that city because everybody was making fun of her surname there. After her dispersal from that place, Miss Mason, the teacher in room number 13, announced the result. She delivered that the girl, Vonda Petronsky, who drew beautiful 100 dresses, was the winner of the contest from girls' side. And then Miss Mason asked the students to have a look of Venda's beautiful drawings. And both Maddie and Peggy, they both noticed those dresses about blue and the green dresses which Venda Petronsky used to talk, and these paintings were also displayed there. So that was all about part 1 from the chapter The 100 Dresses. And now, moral of the story. The moral of the story The 100 Dresses is to celebrate one's own artistic creativity. It also focuses on the importance of ethical values by its character development and gives a great message to be imaginative yet truthful to one's own ambitions. So it's a very great moral of the story. Themes of the story. Different themes can be seen or can be observed from this story. First one, reconciliation. Second one, bullying, equality, social isolation, class difference, remorse, poverty. All these themes are beautifully dealt by the authoress. I hope that this video will definitely help you to comprehend part 1 of chapter number 5, The 100 Dresses. And you all are supposed to read the chapter thoroughly at least twice. And that was all. And I hope that you all will definitely go through the chapter for the better understanding of it, so that you may give the answer for questions. So thank you. Have a nice day, everyone.